I've been in the industry for 10 years now, and there's something I gotta get off my chest. And that is that I love software engineering, but I hate software engineers. So, what do I mean by that? Well, let me show you a web page that you're probably familiar with, and we'll go from there. All right, and here we are. If you don't know what this magical place is, it's Stack Overflow. And this used to be one of the most popular places for any developer to go and ask questions. So if you had any questions about something you're working on, for example, React, Python, whatever, it didn't really matter. Game development, web development, it's not tied to anything really. You can ask any question here that's programming related. This would be the place to go before AI. And in theory, this is great. It's a great place to go ask questions, and then you get your answers. You're really happy. And in the harsh reality, it's furthest from that. And what I mean by that is you would go on Stack Overflow and you would basically post a question, and what would happen is you would be called an idiot, your question would be marked as duplicate, and you would probably get banned from the website because you had such a stupid question. And that was always mind blowing to me. And I hated Stack Overflow with a passion. And I literally asked a question once when I just started. And I vividly remember this experience because I just got into programming. Stack Overflow was already known to be a place like this. So I knew I had to be very careful and methodical in how I approached asking a question. So I wrote that I'm a beginner, that I tried this, and that. I wrote that I have no idea what I'm doing because this is relatively new to me. I was just looking to figure out what the bug was, and I remember I was at the time learning about C++, and I didn't know what was causing some weird bug where my file would get overwritten by some other content that I was trying to read. I can't even remember what the exact issue was. And what I did was I went to Stack Overflow, I asked this question, and I was just waiting for the answer. And the first thing I got was that it's a duplicate of something that it wasn't a duplicate of. I actually read the duplicate mark and it was actually not right. And then I got told that I wasn't asking the question properly. Somebody edited my question and then they marked it as basically BS and they kind of closed it. Well, not right off the bat, they closed it a little bit later on, but somebody actually replied with something useful that might help me figure it out, but I didn't get the answer to my question. And when AI came out, and it was like really cool, and that at that point, AI didn't really create good code. It just had a lot of answers to a lot of questions. I thought, okay, maybe Stack Overflow is gonna die from this. Check this chart out. So total questions on Stack Overflow by year. And this is in millions. And as you can see, from 2020 to 2023, it went down by a whopping 50%. I think everybody was excited for this to happen because Stack Overflow was one of the most gatekeepy and toxic places to ask questions in the history of humanity. And I feel like I'm still putting it lightly as how toxic that place was. And that brings me to the start of this video where I said I hated software engineers. And this is one of the reasons why. Because we as a collective are very gatekeepy, egotistical, and for some reason hate other developers who have ideas, who want to share their experiences with the world, and stuff like that. You might think, okay, maybe they are egotistical towards beginners or some less experienced developers, but that's not true. They are hateful towards a lot of people. And for example, I created 10 Stack Dev Tools, I created a lot of open source packages. I've been working on them for a very long time and I've been in the industry for 10 years, so I have a lot of experience. I've worked with a lot of companies. I've done React, I've done full stack, I've done PHP, I've done JavaScript, and I've done a lot of full stack development. My work usually consisted of a server and a client, so I never worked on client only apps only. And what I'm trying to say here is I've built open source software used by hundreds of thousands of developers, and I still get called know nothing, and people still tell me I don't understand JavaScript. And if you've worked in the industry for any longer than a second, you've probably experienced something like this where you would go somewhere, ask a question, and somebody would reply very toxically and ruin your day. Well, if you're one of those people, things need to change, especially towards beginners. As I went through a lot of companies, what I've learned is that working in companies can be very toxic towards beginners because, for example, if you want to ask a question, and let's say you're just a beginner, you're doing React or whatever, you don't understand why you're using some package over the other. So let's say you're using Zod for schema validation, and then you go to your senior, you ask him, hey, why do we use this package? And then he tells you, because I said so, why are you asking me this question? We're going to use Zod, and that's it. And first of all, you didn't get an answer to your question. Second of all, now you feel like an idiot for even asking it. And third of all, that's not how you're supposed to act towards somebody who's trying to learn. Development should be a safe space for people to ask questions and question everything you're doing. And especially if you're a senior, you should be open to input from junior developers because they are looking at new ways of doing things and maybe have some new methodologies or new approaches that you haven't even heard about because you didn't keep track of the industry or something like that. So it's always important to actually listen to your juniors and actually give them space to breathe and grow. You always need to explain why you do something, and if you don't know the answer, you shouldn't tell them because I said so, because that's not the way to do it. You should actually say, that's a good question. Let's research it together and let me give you an answer by understanding why I'm doing something the way I'm doing it. And that way, the junior grows, you actually seem like a semi competent person, and everybody's happy. And another thing I hate about development is the following. So, the software industry is kind of like medicine, but instead of having something like surgeries or like brain surgery, heart surgery, emergency medicine, stuff like that, you have your branches in IT. So, for example, you have something like web development. Then, for example, you have another branch like game dev. You have something like security. And usually, security is overarching both game development and web development. And then some of these have their own sub branches, like you would have backend, for example, then you would have front end. Usually you're specialized in something because it's a huge field. It's very hard for you to like know web development, know game development, know security, know everything because it's a field of its own and takes you like a lot of years of hard work and understanding to become an expert at any one of these. It's very hard for you to really switch. And what I hate about IT is that usually, but not always, a lot of these branches hate each other internally. And what I mean by that is if we look at web development as a branch, and if I enlarge this and I remove these two, so backend and frontend usually hate each other. Backend you're usually doing server stuff, you're creating CRUDs, you can do pretty much anything, it depends on the use case, you can create microservices, you can create monoliths, whatever. And then you have your front end, you're usually creating client environments, you're using browsers to render some content, you fetch stuff from the backend, you render it, blah, yada, yada, yada. And the only way you haven't seen like an argument on something like LinkedIn where the author is talking about if the server or the client, or rather if the backend or the front end is harder. And then you have all these pointless arguments where backend claims the backend is harder, the front end devs claim the front end is harder, and then you get into these pointless arguments and you're just trying to like prove that your expertise and your branch is the hardest and everybody else sucks and you're the coolest guy around. And let me tell you, if you're trying to do that and you're fighting these words, you're just in the wrong side of things. You just make it toxic for everybody. And I think juniors have it hardest here because they're still trying to figure out what they want to do with their career, where they want to specialize, what they care about. And then you have all these arguments, and you want to specialize in front end, and then everybody tells you front end is easy, it sucks, everybody can do front end, you should do back end. And then you start doing back end, and then you get the same story, but for back end. And it's kind of a pointless struggle, and nobody tells juniors that the hardest parts of being a junior isn't really learning to code, it's surviving other developers. And that really makes me angry. I really hate when people are like not understanding towards each other and don't try to lift each other up, but they just try to tear you down and just prove some of their points and get angry at you and try to even get personal about it. And then they call you some like bad words and stuff like that, which is kind of shocking as we are not children, we are actual professionals working in an actual industry. And it's really crazy that you want to argue with others. I guess the whole point of this video is to actually tell you to be curious, try to learn, and always expand your knowledge because knowledge is something that nobody can take away from you. And if you run into these devs that are toxic and trying to one up you and prove that they're smarter than you, just look the other way, do your thing, and continue thriving and learning. Because that, at the end of the day, is the most important thing, and that's how you become a great developer just by ignoring the negatives and focusing on the positives. There is no place for ego or anything like that in a professional setting and a professional industry. And if you run into these devs that I've talked about, you're gonna probably figure it out in like under a minute because most of smart devs are there to boost you up and help you understand where insecure devs are there to insult you and belittle you to make themselves feel better because they're insecure about their knowledge and abilities. And to be honest, the longer I work in the industry, the less impressed I am by people who argue with others and try to make themselves seem the hero. All right, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this one. And please tell me what you think about this in the comments if you ever ran into these devs and if you had any issues like these. I feel like every developer goes through the same journey when it comes to this, where you either have like a bad mentor who tells you we do it because we want to do it, or you ask questions on Stack Overflow and have a horrible experience, or stuff like that in general. So thank you for watching and see you in the next one. Bye!